A key component to developing control in the wedge game is grip pressure. Now you would assume you like to have about the same pressure in all the shots that you hit. But the reality is the truly skilled player is actually changing their pressure to accommodate the shot they have in mind. The next time you want your golf ball to fly a little bit lower, what I'd like you to do is try increasing the pressure in the last three fingers of the left hand. With a little more pressure, you'll get more control over the handle, making it much easier to take away loft into the hit. Conversely, if you need your golf ball to fly high, now it's really time to loosen up. Soften the hands, soften the arms, allowing the club head to swing a little bit more freely. With a freer head swing, the head will actually tend to pass the handle a touch through impact, generating maximum height. So the next time you're out there, if you want a low shot, don't forget the key component of adding a little bit more pressure. Last three fingers a little bit firmer. This will help knock the golf ball down. If you need your golf ball to go a little higher, now it's time to really soften up. Loose as can be, freer swing, maximum height. One of the most important aspects of bunker play is understanding how steepening and shallowing influences are working together to create your perfect contact. Realize we're trying to strike with a relatively steep downward hit just about an inch or two into the back of the ball. From here, we also want to have a little bit of bounce on the face that creates a nice shallow cut, regulating the fact that we're not going to strike down a little bit too deep. So what I want you to do is work on a concept I like to call steep body, shallow hands. When we're talking about steep body, what I'm referring to is getting set up and actually taking your left hand and putting it down on your left knee. Right now, I'm steepening my body position. My weight is left, my shoulders are level to slightly downward pitching. What this is going to do is make it very easy for me to create a downward strike that consistently hits about an inch or two behind the back of the golf ball. From here, what I want is what I call shallow hands. To feel shallow hands, take the shaft and actually set it on the inside of your right leg. With steep body left and shallow hands right, what I'm going to have is a situation where I strike down behind the ball, but the shallowing of the hands actually creates some loft and bounce on the club face. Of course, when we're talking about bounce, we're talking about the leading edge being higher than the trailing edge. So next time you hop in the sand, work on this little drill. Steep body left, left hand on the left knee. Shallow hands right, feeling the shaft actually lagging back almost behind the center of your body a little bit. Steep body left, shallow hands right will give you perfect contact with a nice shallow cut of sand. A big problem for a lot of golfers is having way too much body movement in their putting. If you like to quiet things down a bit, what I want you to do is view your stroke as a movement which has the putter swinging a little bit more and your arms and body actually swinging a little bit less. From here, I like to imagine a 3-2-1 relationship. 3 is the swinging of the putter head, which travels the most. 2 is the swinging of the hands and arms, which moves a little bit less. And 1 is the swinging or pivoting of the shoulders, which moves the least relative to the 3 movements. If you can take your setup, keep your arms brushing against your body, imagine a 3-2-1 relationship, you'll build a putting stroke which creates a nice smooth roll with very little effort. When working on your swing plane, I want you to understand how steepening and shallowing influences are working together to create the shape of your backswing. For example, if you're standing very tall to your golf ball, what you're creating is a very shallow rotation with your shoulders, going level to the ground. If your shoulders are rotating level, your hands and your arms are going to have to swing up and down on a steeper plane just to get this club head to swing down into the back of your golf ball. Steep swing planes lead to opening club faces lead to slicing. So if you find yourself as part of that demographic that's slicing, that wants to get your swing more on plane, maybe a little bit flatter, what I want you to do is consider how your posture, bending over more, is going to help you flatten the shape of your arm swing. So if I have a tall shoulder tilt, swinging very, very flat, and that makes my arm swing up and down steep, then if I take that same shoulder tilt and bend it over, steepening my shoulders, getting my chest very low to the ground, that will actually force my arms to swing on a much shallower plane, back, down, and through. What we're really doing is balancing one steep plus 1 shallow. So 1 shallow standing tall, add 1 steep straight up and down. Now I've got a chance to strike the ground. Problem is that club face is probably going to open up. 1 steep bending down, adding 1 shallow swinging around. Now I'm on more of a rounded plane, which can be perfect for getting more of a right to left draw on my ball flight. So next time you go out, take your driver, if that's the club you're slicing with, go ahead and bend down a lot more than you're accustomed to. Get your chest steep. Feel your left arm swinging underneath your right shoulder, and then your right arm underneath your left shoulder. That's going to flatten your plane, help your club face square up, and get that golf ball to bend more from the right back to the left.